is Cypher Morrison, and this is This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Yeah. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with Team DC Lucky and the judge, Doug Stockton. This week our guest is Shane Merritt. How's it going, Shane?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
We're doing good. Hey, so Shane was at this weekend show. We were at Baldini's Casino, Sparks, Nevada. I would say we had probably 75, 80 cars just parked, demoing and showing off there. Sound about right to you, Shane?
Yeah, that was probably about, I'd say 75, 80 people. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a good turnout. We had a bagger beats competition, what's his name? Chris Cagle with a good friend of what's his name? Rusty Flowers with the DC group. He came out with his totally bagged out motorcycle, dropped it down, and did a run in bagger beats, which that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounded good.
It did. So we have right now we got Tom Selleck, Chris Jenner popping in there. We'll get some more people going on as we go. Anyway, so Shane, so what classes and formats did you compete in this last weekend?
So I went and competed in Cyclone for my first time, and I competed in Top Dog.
Okay.
Yeah, so Cyclone was pretty fun for my first time. I didn't expect my battery reserve to start getting drained like that. Watching my numbers come down, I was like, oh no. But no, it was definitely fun, especially having the whole group of people with me. I mean, the support was nice, you know.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun. Definitely.
Yeah.
When you got everybody blocking your doors and, all over your car or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Cyclone, for those people that may not be familiar with it, real quick, is a 60-second average of music. The lower you play, the more bonus dB you get. So for every hertz you are below 80 hertz, you get one bonus dB. So if you play a song at 20 hertz, your effective dB, say you did 150 dBs, and you played it at 20 hertz, your effective dB would be a bonus of 60. So you would have a 210. If you do 150 at 20 hertz. So,
okay.
And then the other option, the other thing is your driver door has to be completely open. What you do with your windows, your other doors, your sunroof, whatever, that's 100% up to you. And you just do whatever makes you happy and you think makes you the loudest. So.
Yeah. Yep. We had a nice little experience up there. Yeah, Joseph Reiner, that was his first time doing the Cyclone, right?
Yeah,
for Joseph too. Do you want to show that right now, Lucky?
Might as well. That was some,
all right.
Crazy shit. And I heard, man, I was saying it when he was going, I was like, they're clapping. You can hear them clapping. And sure enough, man, there's smoke. Let's check out the video.
Yep, here's the video right here. So this is Team DC Joe, Joseph Reiner, and you're gonna see his Cyclone run right now.
Joe gonna do a Cyclone run, 60-second average of music. Gonna see how loud he can get.
Man, that's a sexy beast in that red shirt there.
So you hit your horn, start the meter, roll it down, roll into it, then hit your horn.
Watch it from my phone.
He's gonna play as loud as it started.
That's the other thing. We have you hit your horn. You get to put your music on and raise it to the level that you want it, and then you hit your horn and
Alright, we're
that way
live
you
on
get to
Facebook
start
right now on
before
Sonic FX.
you start your music before we start the meter. That's the only thing different about this format.
And he had a rough start even because he was going into protect. So I mean, he had a really rough time because he couldn't. Normally, what you do is you get everything full tilt and just get it going and then hit your horn. He had to actually roll in super slow so it wouldn't go into protect. And then he got going at his loudest and then honked his horn, you know, and then ta-da. You know, congratulations. You know.
There's 15 seconds left right here. Uh-oh.
Shut up! It's on fire!
I smell trouble.
The magic smoke is being released.
Yeah, dude.
That's why it's Cyclone.
You know, when you're trying to play 20 hertz,
Is that what he was doing? Was 20 hertz?
I don't remember what his frequency was, but I think it was 33.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, 32 or 33?
Yeah, 33 hertz.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, so here's a nice
that's-
little view of the inside of his car. There's Lucky's head
Yeah,
getting
that's
in my
the good
shot.
stuff right there. Yeah. I got good footage of that, man. I got all up in there. I was like, ooh-wee.
Yeah, so that's similar to what you tried, right, Shane? So what did you end up placing?
I ended up placing third.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what would you remember what your scores were?
So I did 145.3 at 33 hertz or 32 hertz, I think it was.
Yeah, 145.3. And what vehicle were you doing that in?
I was doing that in a 2004 Ford Mustang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a little history on that Mustang, just so people understand what that meant for the guys at the Reno show?
Yeah, so that was actually a buddy of mine's car that we were building before he passed away. Me and him had a goal of getting 150 with the truck that's behind me, the Blazer, and then his Mustang. He ended up passing away, and I had the chance to buy the vehicle. So I bought the vehicle, and I've been putting in work on it. And this was the first show that we actually got to take it to and see what it did. So it was really actually a fun show. The energy was great. And Steve Wendell, he was all over the place hyping people up. It was just, it was fun.
Yeah.
That car sounds good. It sounds really, really good. When we were at
Thanks.
Josh Tattoo's house and we were messing around with all of our vehicles, we're doing installs, and me and Shane went to the store and he turned it up. Man, that thing hits. It sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for those people popping in right now, remember to like, share, give us some thumbs up, hearts, whatever, during our podcast today. Also, go to iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, and you can download the audio versions of this, usually about an hour after the show's complete. So also be on YouTube. Remember, like, smash, subscribe to either YouTube or Sonic FX. Also, if you're watching this on a separate platform, that would be, on a different Facebook group, we can't see your questions unless you put them into the Sonic FX group, because that's the one we watch for questions.
Right.
So.
And a real quick one, I want to give some people a shout out that are chiming in. Chris Jenner, as always, Tom Selleck. Let's see. We got
Kai Vincent.
We got my homegirl David Bradshaw in here. We got Nando.
Tell her to make you a sandwich.
Yeah, she better, matter of fact, right there, Dave. Just said right there. Thank you. Appreciate that. We got Michael Korth, Jeff Schultz. Let's see. Josh Tattoo, Kai Vincent with DB Life. What's going on, everybody? Big shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for always chiming in too. Just trying to spread out the love, man. Show everybody what's up. So
yeah.
But anyway.
So how many shows have you attended, Shane?
I've been to about 5 in total, but I've only put my vehicles into 3. So
okay. And what? And you typically do Top Dog and Cyclone, or what do you?
I did an SPL class with the Blazer.
Okay.
I did Pro Stock 2K last year at JR's and got first.
Okay.
First place with it, and then shortly after the truck blew up. But yeah, I like to do Top Dog. That's like my favorite one and kind of
Okay. So let's talk about Top Dog. How did Top Dog go for you?
oh man, I was surprised because I didn't expect much from Top Dog because of my windows kind of don't have tracks to sit in, so they flex out.
Uh-huh.
But I ran up against Josh take two, and we were neck and neck. And right at the end, I did a 129.9 and barely beat him out. But me and him went back and forth. He within point one of each other. I think we did two times, and then on the third time, I did a 129.9.
There you go.
Yeah.
So just so you know, you could roll your windows down, right? When you do Top Dog, open your door, whatever.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
So if you're having problems with your windows, right? You're not getting consistent airflow. Maybe roll your windows down or one down or whatever. Just try something.
Just crack them, maybe.
Yeah, crack them when you're at home. Because Josh has a term lab. So that's what I would recommend is practice with. Like you said, either cracking it down. Because if it is up top and you're getting your numbers and then it's weeble wobbling down, which is why I sealed my windows up in the back, which threw me out of my class. But
Yes,
that's
sir,
why I
did.
sealed them up, because when I would burp or do base race and Top Dog, Tahoes are notorious for it. Like the back window will creep down on you about an inch, 2 inches. Like it comes down. I was tired of it, so I sealed it. So yeah, probably practice doing that with your, window down or cracked or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
seal the bitch up.
I noticed that the Mustang's pretty consistent though. As long as I'm good with the knob, it stays pretty consistent with the numbers.
Right.
That's what I was watching.
Yeah. And that's the important thing is the consistency, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of show off at the shows and show, hey, anybody can do it, and I prove it. And I've never actually competed in base race Top Dog because when that stuff came out, I was on the judge side. So the last couple of shows, I've jumped in random vehicles and just did base race just to show people it doesn't matter your skill level or whatever, you can actually try and be successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Me and Doug were just talking about it. I think it was this morning actually. We were talking about that that's the one good thing with Top Dog and base race is everybody has their day, man. You could be super good. I beat championship ring holders in base race and Top Dog. And it's absolutely one of those things where you could be a new guy, and it's happened to me where I've had a new guy. Doug has actually told me to help them and show them how to base race, and they'd go up against me and then they fucking beat me. And I'm like, God, so that's the fun part about it is, with doing the DB side of it, people can accidentally forget to turn on their amp or whatever. They're going against somebody. I've seen that several times where they go to burp and it ain't doing nothing. And they're like, shit, I forgot to turn the amp on. But, with base race and Top Dog, it's really, every dog has his day.
Yeah, unless
exactly.
And the mistake I see most of the time in base race is somebody goes to push play and pushes back.
Back.
It's like, dude.
Yep.
Or they've just started playing the song and they forgot to restart the song.
It.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
So you're 22 seconds into your run and all of a sudden
nothing.
Nothing.
Yep. Like and I'm real good at. I try to do my best. Like I know I was telling who is it? Josh, or is it Joseph Reiner or Josh? Joseph, right? Joseph Reiner.
Yeah, Joseph. Yeah.
So I remember telling him like, hey, start it over, like because I know that stuff from my scripts. So whenever I see somebody that's new, I always tell them, hey, get your volume, take notes. That's the best advice I could give you is take notes where your volume is. Make a mark, or just if you could remember where your knob is starting when you start.
Yeah.
Your start is very important. I usually ready, set, and when they say go, I'm hitting the button, go. Some people, if you wait 1 to 2 seconds too long, you're gonna have to catch up. If you press it too soon, song quality. Song quality. There you go. Song quality. It's gonna screw you up. So those are some things that I try to tell people is get all that stuff, write it down, get familiar with it. But yeah, because I've seen that so many times and I've done it myself where I'd be going. Your numbers are getting there, and then the track changed. Bah, there goes everything out the window.
Hey, Ace, we already got a comment in the comment section. Subhub shirt, huh? It's on fire.
That's
Yeah.
my cousin.
That's your cousin Willie
Yeah,
Willie Easter.
Yes.
All right, yeah. So cousin coming in from the top rope on you. Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Sounds about right.
Speaking of which, Lucky, logging and writing stuff down and whatnot on Friday, this coming Friday at 4 o'clock California time, we're going to have on Scott Owens, right? The Pioneer truck and from back in the day. And Scott Owens was the first person I saw that he literally had a book. I'm not kidding you. It was
Yeah.
a binder full
Yeah.
of information. And Scott's vehicle, which I'm sure he's going to tell us all about it and whatnot, but his vehicle, he wrote the temperature in the cab, the temperature
Yes.
inside the box,
Yes.
the temperature of the subwoofers, the temperature of each individual amp. And he
Yeah.
logged every one of those things. Humidity on the front side of his subs versus humidity on the back side of his subs.
Jeez.
So obviously he's going further than me because he's way, way deeper than I am, right? As far as it goes. But
Yeah.
I was going as far as the temperature outside, what time of the day it was. So I was getting,
Okay.
you know, because there are things like right now you just said, you know, temperature on the subs on the right, on the left, you know. So, you know, right there I just learned something. But yeah, definitely all that matters because the hotter your subs get, they're going to perform differently. The colder they are, they're going to perform differently. So I don't have a notebook, but I use my phone. I go into the note section and I mean, I could scroll, and it's volume this, frequency this, visor down, visor up, volume this, and I put the date and I put this, it just everything's documented, man, because you'll see you're going to learn little tiny tricks, man.
Hey, and Lucky will tell you, base racing up in Reno's totally different
Than
than
the valley.
base racing down here in Sacramento area.
Yep, people are going to gain in dB up in the hills. You know,
just different frequencies.
Just frequencies and all that stuff. So that's one thing, you know, that I learned is it's, you know, you just got to change your frequency to get that number again. You know, so yeah, humidity, temperature, all that stuff comes into play. You know, but yeah, and I remember my second competition. Matter of fact, where was it at? It was at I have it somewhere. What's it?
You looking at your trophies back there?
No, my wall, on my wall I have some of my plaques, and I think it was like Dublin or something like that. But a random guy, and man, I'm trying to think if I actually ended up getting to know him or not. So some random guy walks up to me and he's like, you know, are you new doing this? And I said, yeah, it's my second show. And he's like, you know, get a binder and write every little thing down. Us old guys that used to do this, we would call it the Bible, you know. And he goes, you want to do everything you can, try everything, but write it down so you don't forget, like, hey, this didn't work, this did work. And every vehicle is going to be different because in my Tahoe, right, I did certain things and it gained. I would get into another Tahoe like mine and I would say, hey man, this helped me out. And I would try this and it hurt theirs, you know? So wow. It's literally no two vehicles are going to be the same. So, you know, that's why you got to find out what works for your vehicle, specifically your vehicle.
Yep.
No.
So, how many times have you competed top dog or base race?
Top dog or base race. I think this was my third time. I like to do that every time. Yeah.
Okay, and obviously you were hitting the 9.9, and this is only your third time doing it, right?
Yeah.
So you were competitive. You know, at the World Finals level, anybody has a chance at winning a ring in Top Dog, and that's just honesty, right?
Dude, I was so close to first year finals. Hey, so I remember, and I'm not like trying to talk shit or toot my own horn or whatever. Toot. So I was on a roll, man. I was on a roll. I had it down where I've said this in so many live feeds. I'm gonna waste time right now, but I had it down to where I would get the bass knob lined up, and I would literally just let go and it would ride that 39.9 just steady to the point where I was honking my horn because I was trying to get everybody's attention because I was going like this and everybody's like, oh shit, you know. And I was going against now who's Jimbo was the name of the car,
Oh,
but who is
Jimbo's the
that?
name of the car. That's Ray Choi,
Ray,
and
that's Ray Choi.
yes, that's his son. Actually,
So
runs Jimbo up in Canada.
so I was eating people up, he was eating people up, and then we got going against each other, and we were going head to head, head to head, head to head. And my dumb ass got to 39.9 and I started dancing around in the truck and I let the damn knob go, hit my lap and bumped my number and I lost. And I was like, son of a bitch. And Doug got in the truck. He's like, man, you gave him a good run for his money. And that was my first year at finals, man. Yep. It was fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Once
you learn your vehicle,
Yep.
So can make things a little bit easier.
So, I mean, just curious, what is your intention to actually try to do World Finals this year, or what are you looking to do with this, base race and DB drag? What are you looking longer term?
Longer term, I was thinking about getting more serious about competing, but for right now, I'm just probably gonna stick to like the local shows and maybe go to California shows and stuff. While I'm getting my truck together, because I have that Blazer behind me that I'm trying to get walled off, and I got a few little projects going on it. So, yeah.
So basically, are you going to be? So what I'm wondering is, if you're going to the shows, why wouldn't you want to go to finals? Is it because you're trying to do an SPL vehicle, or do you feel better?
I'm just not too sure if I want to take the Mustang out to do all of that.
Do all of what? It's the same thing as doing any other show, except it's World Finals. To me, so this is just my opinion.
I just never put a lot of thought into it, to be honest. With it,
No,
so
that's
just
totally good. Tell me your opinion on this thing.
I mean, if you're gonna compete, you might as well do finals, right? I mean, that's the whole purpose of it, in my opinion. Is to go to World Finals, and especially doing like top dog and base race, like my vehicle. And that's what me and Doug were actually talking about. It's like my Tahoe is not an SPL vehicle. I'll never win a ring with that truck. You know what I mean? I'd have to do intense stuff to that truck, which it just ain't gonna happen. So, but top dog and base race, I mean, is literally anybody's game. You could come up there at 110-inch sub and take a ring, So if you're competing at the other shows and you get enough points, which aren't hard to get, you might as well do finals.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's something to think about, though.
Yeah. It's going to be the same thing. You're pulling up in lanes and, you're, yeah. Yep. What are you doing? Watching sports over there or something? Or...
Oh, could you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
How would we not hear it?
Oh, because I hit mute.
Oh, well, we heard it. We heard what was going on over there.
Oh, no, that was Jay's voicemail.
Oh.
So,
but yeah, definitely, man.
But yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
But even if you don't, man, as long as you're having fun, because some people, finals aren't their thing. They just want to have fun, and do that. And hey, if that's your get down, have fun.
Right. Yeah. Yep. No, it's definitely something to think about, though, because World Finals would be nice, or even just finals in general would be nice to go to, just to see the other people that aren't from the West Coast,
Yeah.
Well,
people from all over, dude.
Well,
yeah,
so
other vehicles, because I like all sorts of vehicles when it comes to the base.
So if somebody wants to see all sorts of vehicles and other areas, where do they go for that, Lucky?
Run that by me one more time. Run that by me one more time.
If somebody wants to go see a bunch of vehicles that they don't normally see at a local show, where would they go for something like that?
World Finals.
Other than World Finals.
You got me.
I guess there's a place you're going in August.
Oh, Surf City.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, well, I didn't think you were talking about that one.
Yeah,
I've never even been there.
So tell them about Surf.
So Surf City and CES, which now I guess is going to be called SEMA. Am I mistaken on that? I think they're going to call it SEMA now, or something like that.
Yeah, so it used to be CES Showdown. It's going to be the SEMA Showdown, which is a different show. But yes, go ahead.
Right. So those like Surf City is always going to be my heart, because that was my first big show. And I'll tell you what, from going to the local shows and then going to that is just holy shit. I mean, you're talking about, you go to a local show and you got like 2 or 3 heavy hitters, that are just really killing it, to like
Yeah.
30, 40, 50 of them where you're just like,
Dang.
it's not. And then they have a car show as well that's on the first level. And then you walk up the stairs, it's another parking lot. And it's just the type of build you see there, you're not gonna see at these local shows. Maybe okay. So Ray Pimley had an awesome build. That was something that was eye catching and it was hitting hard. Ray Miasis, I love Ray Miasis and Ray Pimley's. There's like the sound of theirs is amazing. Um, but as far as looks and sound and just like showing pure dedication to what they do, like the big show Surf City and CES, which is now SEMA, you're gonna get blown away. I haven't been to Heat Wave or Slamology.
Yep.
I haven't been to those. I heard those are insane as well. I would probably die of a heat stroke if I went to either one of those because I can't even handle the fucking weather out here. But yeah, I mean the type of stuff like Brent Levitt. You know what I mean? When you see a vehicle like that and you get in, and it's so crazy because like Brent Levitt, he's with Fosgate, and you look at that vehicle, and I've seen this with other guys too, but you go, that's insane. It sounds insane. It's just
Yeah.
beautiful. And then he'll get done with the big show and go home and rip the fucking thing apart and start over, and you're just like, holy shit, did you just do
Damn.
that? I can't. And that happens often. Like often, it's crazy, but that's the dedication. What they have is they just keep stepping up that game, keep stepping it up. So back to the point, you want to see some really crazy stuff. Surf City, SEMA, and you'll be
Yeah.
blown away, dude. Blown away.
Yeah, I need to check that out this year for sure.
Yeah. So we used to um, Surf City was like a sister show to Autorama, and I'm already in talks right now, and hopefully we can get the Autorama show going again. The last year we did it, we had 165 entries.
Oh wow.
So, yeah. So just so you know, and all those guys from the Midwest or not. We'd have guys from Utah, Mexico, um, uh, where else? Idaho, Wyoming, uh, Washington, Canada would all come down for that event.
Yeah.
And so once I can get that going again, you're gonna see, and that's only in Sacramento. So that's just
Oh,
a
wow.
jump over the hill for you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're also trying to uh, get a World Finals back here on the West Coast. We've done remote finals since 2007. Last year, we were not going to have a remote finals, but Wayne is working on something where we may have one. It's not set in stone by any means yet, but we're working on details for World Finals this year, and we may have a West Coast location.
So I'm
like I
sure
said,
he doesn't.
flats.
So I'm sure he doesn't understand remote finals. Which
True.
or do you? Do you know what that means?
Oh no.
Okay, so basically, when you pull into the lanes, you're going to be going against people East Coast, and you're gonna. So instead of being right next to the person in the lanes like at a typical show, you're going against East Coast, and so you'll see the monitors up top, and it'll have your name, and then this one over here is you're going against somebody who's not physically next to you. They're on the East Coast, and that makes it even more just. I don't know. It was fun as shit to me.
Yep.
I go ahead.
Everybody where you're at is absolutely 100%. I don't care if you just beat them. They're 100% rooting for you to win.
Yes, and that's straight up fact because that's how we look at it. Is West Coast. It don't matter who you are, what team you're on. Let's just fucking get the win. Let's take the win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah,
Tribalism strong.
yeah. Good times. Are you going to go to Surf City by any chance?
I'm definitely thinking about. I need to if I do go, plan somewhere to stay.
Okay, so the one good thing about the base heads, dude, is if you can't even find a place to stay, I don't know how you feel about this. Like I like having my own fucking spot, but
Right.
there are many base heads that'll be like, hey, get your shit, come on in here, and you'll have a spot to stay. I can guarantee you that somebody is gonna lend a bed or a floor to you in a heartbeat. There was quite a few people that came to the last Surf City that came up there and had nowhere to stay and end up staying in a room with people, so.
Oh wow, okay.
And I'll tell you right now, dude, it's gonna completely change your whole fucking vision of what we do, you're gonna just be like, holy shit, this is how it really gets down.
Yep.
You know,
Hell
it's
yeah.
insane.
That'd be great.
The ocean is like a rock throw away, man. Like it's insane, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Do you drink alcohol by any chance?
No.
That's good shit, man. Because it gets crazy up there. It's party central after the show, so that's good, dude.
No,
That's-
yeah.
And it is at a casino, but you live in Reno, so I'm sure you know how to control yourself in a casino, right?
Yeah. For the most part.
For the most part. That's not
Sometimes, I mean.
that's not a strong answer.
Yeah, sometimes everybody's got their weakness. I go gamble sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, so real quick, I'm gonna run the Beat the Boss video. So everybody that hasn't seen it yet, you can see this on YouTube. So let's pull this thing up. So this is Lord of Bass Manny versus me, the boss, doing our 129.9 run.
Gotta watch it from my phone.
Yep.
Manny, you think you can beat
I
the
think-
boss?
I think I got the
Don't make
so
me come jumping out of here
I did a
again.
little bit different with the scores, so now the scores are on the correct side. I'm
I
in
got a thumbs up
Smash
for Manny.
over there on the left side of your screen, and Manny's in the Cadillac.
Watch up there for your start. Ready, set, go.
We have 25 seconds left. We're at 7.3.
Man, those nice vehicles right there.
They are.
I love seeing nice vehicles, dude, in this this thing we do.
Yep. And so this is what I was saying. You know, I just jump in a random vehicle. So now I've jumped in Smash 2 times, and inside of Smash, I am 2-0. I have 0 losses in Smash as of now.
Somebody gonna beat the boss.
There it comes. I'll tell you what. Well, we'll let this end, and then I'll speak on
Yep.
that.
There you go.
The fucking A. So and I've seen this several times, and he's done it to me myself probably 2 or 3 times since I've been competing, and it's pretty fucking embarrassing. But I've seen people lose, and I've lost myself, and you hear people say, "Man, they give some excuse, you know, that this, that, and the something, whatever their shit is, right?" And Doug will go, "Really? You want to see how it works?" You know, get right there in their vehicle and boom, you know, hit a 29.9 or 39.9. And I've done it myself. I'm like, man, something ain't right with my bass knob. You sure about that? Do you want me to get in your vehicle and show you how it's done? And get in my vehicle and just fucking bang, you know, and it's like, shit. You know, so just make sure if you're ever out there and something don't work right and you got an excuse, keep it to yourself, because Doug will jump in there and prove you wrong right now. whatever you think happened that went bad, Doug will go in there and show you that it wasn't that.
Yep.
It really is controlling your system, man.
It is. And I will say the first time I ever did this, Brian Nyman went to World Finals in Oklahoma City. And we were there, and I think it was Neil Barber, which you've had on Basehead Diaries.
Basehead Diaries, yep.
And Neil Barber goes, "No, man, the computer's all screwed up. There's something wrong." And I told Neil, I says, "So Neil, when you first come out, what's the number supposed to be?" He's all, "You should be at least a 149.7. I said, "Okay." And I go, "Okay, you ready over there?" And he goes, "Yep." Oh, watch out this. Boom, 149.8. Right. There ain't nothing. Handed him back his podium. There ain't nothing wrong with the system. And that was the first time I ever did anything like that. And yeah, so I mean, like I said, I don't practice. I don't even have a car with bass in it right now. And so it's not like I go and sit there and I practice with my turn lap. The only time I get in a vehicle and even try to do top dog or bass race, either one, is when I do the Beat the Boss. So
I'm convinced he's lying. He's got it set up at home.
He's too good at it.
He's too good, man. He's too good. He's too good.
you've been to my house. Did you see a setup anywhere?
No.
Yeah, that's what I
But
thought.
maybe he didn't show me a certain garage or something, or a shed or something.
Yeah.
He's too fucking good. But yeah.
It's like I said. I don't. In my opinion, it's not that difficult. It becomes more difficult when it's head to head, obviously, than practice, right? I mean, it's a different animal when there's somebody right next to you. Um, so Shane, do you have any keys that you found that helped you so far being a new competitor?
My best advice would be like to keep calm, because like
Oh, he's shooting
I
advice.
get nervous so easy, but when I was keeping calm, I was doing better. But then as I was going throughout the top dog just this last weekend, I started getting nervous at the end, and I
Yes.
rolled it a little too hard and I busted. So yeah, I mean, the key for me would be to just keep calm and worry about my numbers. Don't be worrying about what they're doing over here. Just worry about what you're doing. And for the most part, I mean, I did all right. So I did.
Um,
Yeah.
I will say more times than not, um, I pop in there and uh, somebody's holding their I mean they're holding their bass knob in their hands doing this,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
especially after like two ties, right?
Mhm.
Right. So, you know, I've always felt comfortable more with it on my side, like, hands down, instead of being up here, just having it on my side. But you'll see, like you said, I think that well, I can only speak for myself, and now hearing what you said,
Hmm.
I'll start off calm now, but definitely if you win and you got to go again, your adrenaline's
Yeah.
going to be pumping. And then if you win again or you tie, whatever, it's going to be pumping harder. Like
Yes.
trust me, dude. Like yeah, you start tying, boy, your adrenaline's going to be going.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, I don't know how these guys do it. I can't remember his name. The car I got into where they're using their phone and then hitting play and then putting their phone down and grabbing the bass knob. Man, my hat's off to you guys for trying that shit. I can't do that. My knob's in the hand, and then over here I just hit play and I'm going. I don't know how they're messing with their phone and then putting the phone down, grabbing the knob.
Oh yeah.
How do you got yours? Is yours on the deck? You press it on the deck and go, or do you have a
Yeah.
phone also?
I got the 80 PRS. So I just use a USB.
Yeah.
Actually, Josh Tattoo hooked me up with the drive on the way.
Right.
So because
Yeah.
I was without the test tones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and so using the boom check songs, in my opinion, are the easiest to use.
Yeah.
They meet the song quality requirements, and they're not that difficult to control, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's what I've used since day one. That's what I've used, and I've tried. A couple people were telling me about certain songs. What is it? Whoop that, or what is it?
Thug Motivation.
Thug Motivation. There you go.
Yep.
Thug Motivation. I think there's another one that people were using, and I
Armed
tried it,
Royal
Forces.
Serenade.
and I
Yeah.
could not. I could. It was just wasn't working for me. Obviously, I was used to doing the boom check, but I just think it's more, a lot more easier. I like the boom check.
More
Yeah, the boom
easier.
check did work out pretty well for me, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep using that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that I mean that's freaking awesome. I mean, I think I think you did really well. Josh says boom check, a okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is once you understand your system and how to control it, and how I would say the most important part is to know how sensitive your bass knob is,
Yes.
right? So
Mhm.
if your bass knob is super sensitive, I mean, just a minor turn can shoot that number up.
Yeah.
And, it's really more about once you run it once or twice, you get a feel for what your bass knob is. And like I said, I've jumped in, four different vehicles now. And in the four different vehicles, other than the one that the bass knob went backwards, they were
Yeah.
all pretty much the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah. So that's not to do a plug here or whatever, but I got to. So I use SPL Cartel, and one of the main reasons I use them is because I've used other bass knobs that were. A matter of fact, the guy in the car. I don't need to throw brands out there to brand bash or whatnot, but he had a certain bass knob. The guy that I showed how to bass race, and the bass wheel was just like slippery as fuck, right? Just and the SPL Cartel is a little more stiff. So to me, when I get that number, I could actually, and that's what I do is I actually let go. My hand's right there, but I let go with both fingers. And then, if I see that I need to climb a little bit, I barely press it. But with those other bass knobs, they're so damn, you touch it and it's like, just jumps on you like
Breathe
crazy.
on it too
Yeah,
hard.
you breathe on it. The damn thing goes just sky high. It's like, what the hell,
Yeah.
So, you know, but yeah, but whatever bass knob you use, you're gonna get used to it. You're gonna learn how it works. So, to each their own.
Everybody needs a little seat time with their vehicle before they can start getting better at with base race for sure.
Yeah. But the thing is the seat time comes when you actually compete.
Exactly.
Right? Like I
Tell
said,
me to get my ass out there.
That's right. So when you're testing, yes, testing is important and all that, but in the competition is not the same as
Ever.
testing.
Right.
Yep.
Everything's way different. So you did Top Dog and Cyclone. You think and this is the other thing too. I tell people is on the West Coast in the Sonic FX events, we give away cash for Top Dog. Now, not everybody does that, and that's fine. That's one of the perks of going to say one of my shows is I give out cash, I give out big awards, all that stuff. But I always say you guys should do base race and use that as kind of getting a feel for your system for that day on my mics with my TVs,
Right.
because it may be different than what you're used to, right? And so if you do that, use the base race as your prequel, and then Top Dog, you come in and you take the money. I mean, we gave away $40 cash to the winner of Top Dog this last event.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you, Shane. So this is your third event. This is the first one you went to that had DJ IQ. Having the DJ on the side. So what were your impressions of that?
Oh, DJ IQ, he was great. He actually like was doing the when I busted out. He's like busted. So yeah, no, he was very interactive with the people too, and he brought the energy up. And there were people that were walking from the streets came over and they were checking out the cars, and that was great having him there.
Yeah, and talking to him, he intends to participate at the balance of the events in Reno. So,
wow.
Yeah. So
That's
I mean,
great.
he really enjoys it. I know us as a group, Lucky and myself, we really do support Syfe Morrison. But as Lucky will tell you and anybody else, I support everybody that supports car audio. And DJ IQ, I mean, he was there talking about he'll make you guys specific demo thumb drives for your vehicles.
Oh, wow.
So, if you need something, then absolutely talk to DJ IQ. He does the intro and the outro. That's his music for this week in
Syfe
car
Morrison.
audio. No,
Syfe Morrison.
No,
not DJ IQ.
Yes, it is. It's DJ IQ. Syfe Morrison's just the lyrics. The music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The music is DJ IQ, and the lyrics are Syfe Morrison.
Gotcha.
So when on our outro, that's just that same track, but without lyrics, and that's DJ IQ. So, like I said, so he does, and if you guys listen to that other than on your phones, dude, that music thumps when you hear it in your headphones. That thumps. Yeah. It does. And so, like I said, if there's something specific you need for a demo, say you're looking for 33 hertz or whatever. Like I said, I absolutely go to Syfe Morrison. Syfe Morrison's got a whole catalog of stuff, but so does DJ IQ, and that's supporting your local guy when you're out there in Reno, right?
Yeah.
So that I'm always about supporting your local guy. That's what Lucky's Stockton B-Town's all about, right, Lucky?
Yep.
So I see over here we got Brandy over here. Did you end up going against Brandy?
I do not think so. I think I got knocked out right before going against Brandy.
Okay.
I think I went against Manny and I busted.
Okay, so that was Brandy's first time ever doing top dog. She ended up getting, I think, 2 or 3 wins. So she did really well. Nope, Brandy just said no, he didn't. um, and you know that was her first time doing top dog, but she did base race the show before, and then she did base race in this show, and then she said I swindled her out of her money. I think is almost what she was saying. She goes, "Man, that $25 was set for a slot machine." I said, "This is way more fun than a slot machine."
Yeah.
That's right.
And, and ask her when she was done. It
Yeah.
was worth the 20. It was worth the money. It was more fun than a slot machine.
Right. Also, I've been meaning to say this. I keep forgetting this.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people are forgetting, or they're not getting their alerts when we go live. I have a lot of people that have been saying, "Hey, you guys went live and I didn't get the alert." It's something to do with the updates, is what I was told. So make sure your phones are updated. Go back to the settings and hit the alert button again. That's at least what I've been told by some people, is how they fixed it. Because a lot of people were like, "Hey man, you went live, I didn't get my alert, but I'm gonna watch it right now." And then talk to a few people and they're like, "Yeah, when your phone doesn't update, go back in there and go to the setting where you want the alert and restart, do the alert button again." So make
Yep.
sure you guys do that.
And once again, if you're watching from a different platform, realize that we can't see your questions or comments unless you do it in the Sonic FX page. So join the Facebook group Sonic FX. Also, like I said, iTunes, iHeart, um, all of those other ones. What's the other? Spotify. Those are the three main ones.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you just I've done that
Drop the
before.
mic.
I've done, no, his earphone, I guarantee you,
Oh.
unplugged.
Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
I've been there before. Did you yank your cord out?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Been there,
cool.
done that.
Last time I did that, I had to restart the live feed to get my volume back.
Been there, done that.
But anyway, so you can go to Spotify, all those places. You can download the audio version of this if you guys want to just listen and don't have time, you don't want to be part of the live. That always helps. Share it with as many friends as you possibly can. Also, so you guys know, the purpose of this show is to talk about upcoming things, previous shows, the fun we had, and we're always going to try and bring on a guest that it was, a relative new guy to the competition, so he can explain it from his perspective. Because I want people to see what a new guy sees competing versus just sitting off to the side.
Right.
So you've gone to shows and just sat off and not competed, right, Shane?
Yeah, just because I've seen like at the barbecue
Okay.
and how big systems really can be, and
Mhm.
what I had, and I never thought I can actually like enter into it. And then I seen about the base race and the top dog, how you only had to do the 129.9. So like that kind of gave me some encouragement. And then I ended up buying some level 4 DC audios and put them in my truck and started going to shows. With that, I did 2 shows and did pretty well. So that's what got me addicted to going to the shows right there. And the people that are there, they're always so welcoming and like family like. So that kind of makes you want to keep coming back. So yeah, that was nice.
So what would you tell somebody that goes to a show and just sits there and doesn't actually participate? I mean, just they participate in demos or whatever, but as far as participating in the competition part, what would you have anything to encourage them or?
Don't be
Uh,
scared.
yeah, definitely don't be scared. Don't be scared. My first show, or my first time going to competition, I think it was Cody Black. He metered his Toyota. He has a little Toyota car, and he had kickers in there, and he was doing like a 137 out of there with the kickers on a 1200-watt amp. So I mean, you can do base race and not have a huge system.
Absolutely.
So don't get discouraged by others people's big systems.
Yeah. I mean, Top
because
Dog
sometimes
too,
that's
right?
intimidating. Yeah, Top Dog, same way.
Yep.
Yep.
So Mr. Tay2 chiming in over here, saying Cody Black is fixing to be in the lanes. And he also said you were actually, Lucky was telling me about this just before we came on. Um, so you had a very interesting time putting together your dual alt system.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit
Yeah.
about that.
Well, so I actually had to take out my AC compressor, and we had to get custom like a fabrication on the site. This guy Amos came over and helped us weld up fabricated bracket for the alternator.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Lucky, tell them how that fabrication was.
It was insane. It was yeah, it was crazy. It was like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. That was some
It was parts and pieces welded and bolted, and
it was insane.
Go-kart parts, yeah.
Go-kart,
it came
yeah.
off, yeah.
Yeah.
It came off a go-kart.
I don't want to be mean, you know what I mean? Like, but it worked.
But it worked.
It worked. It happened. But yeah,
It's a bracket.
When I saw it, I was like, wow, okay. But hey,
I think we used angle iron, like a 1/4-inch angle iron or 1/8-inch angle iron, something like that from a go-kart. And then we just it's made mainly for a mock-up just to see if the idea would work behind it. Okay. And then we can go through, use that as a blueprint, clean it up, and make it more of like an actual piece that, looks better, to the eyes. But for now it works and does its job.
But you got it ready for the show.
Yep.
Correct. Yep.
That's the important part.
We did that in one day. And got the belts, surprisingly, after going to O'Reilly's about 5 times.
Been there, done that. Yeah, been there. I hear people talk all the time about what size belt you need for this and that, and I'm like, dude, no. There's no. You're gonna go to AutoZone or wherever you're gonna go, and you're gonna get a belt, and you're gonna try it. You're gonna go back, and you're gonna get another one. You're gonna try it. When the damn thing ain't squealing and squeaking, take pictures of the damn number, get 2 or 3 of them damn belts and put them aside, because there is no this is the belt you get. I don't care what anybody says.
It's true.
Yeah, and you have a Tahoe, which is probably the most common vehicle that people put you can actually buy a stock, somebody's already manufactured a triple alt or a double alt bracket for your Tahoe, and still you won't have the same belt.
It comes with a fucking belt. Yeah. And that belt might not work. Like luckily AutoZone was like 3 doors down from a mechanic shop. I pulled in there and I went there with the belt, took off the belt, put it on there, turned my system on. That damn thing was squealing like crazy. We took it off. They put the old one on, went a few doors down. I need another one shorter. Went back over there, put it on. I probably did it 6 times before it stopped squealing, And now that we are redoing the new piggy bank, I got to do the same thing because it's got a chirp to it, and I ain't even got my system in it yet. So I already know I'm gonna have to, get the beat put in there, the sub and box, and then start messing with the belt, see which one works. Hey, so were we gonna be bringing on?
You don't see Jay backstage?
I do not. I see.
Okay. Well, then that's his problem. So we'll talk a little bit about his show, though. So this Friday night, we're going to be in Fresno. Once again, it's a 6 o'clock start. So we're going to be doing Fresno at Jay's Alarms right there off of Clinton Avenue is, I believe, the exit. But we do Friday night there. Hopefully the Kern County guys all show up and have a good time. I will tell you, when you go to Fresno, there's way more DB drag than there is base race. Don't know why, don't care why, but it has always been an area that has had a lot of base race, DB drag stuff. I've tried a lot of incentives to get them to try base race, but everybody, doesn't matter what, they all want to do DB drag. So Yeah, it is. It is what it is. And we get guys from Bakersfield to come up and whatnot. And keep in mind that if we're going to have a World Finals, you guys need to have your points to go to World Finals, right? So you have to have a minimum number of shows, and a minimum number of points.
Right.
He just posted up there. I think it was 75 points. I think is what he posted. So you need to get your 75 points. That's and a minimum, I think, of 7 shows. I think is what it is.
Easy
Um,
to get. I'll tell you that much. Easy to get.
they are in certain areas. Absolutely, in California, Northern Nevada,
Yeah.
they are
Right.
not
Right.
hard to get.
Yeah. Now, if we was on the East Coast over there, not so much,
No,
probably.
no, no. Midwest, it's tough. Midwest is tough, but the East Coast, it's pretty easy because they have shows, one state away, but a state is like a county in California, right? So it might be a 2-hour drive, and you can go to two X's in a day.
That's how I got smoked in my points was East Coast, man. I was
Yes,
up
sir.
there and that I can't remember his name, but he just blew past me because
Yep.
they just kept throwing shows, kept throwing shows. I was like, fuck,
Yep.
and I was number one
Yep.
and in points.
And then they keep saying the same thing. Well, hey, it's a different state. It's a different state. Well,
Yeah.
for us on the West Coast to go to a different state, shoot, it's
Hours and
4
hours.
hours just to
Yeah.
get out of your state.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Luckily, Nevada can just jump over the hill, right? It's only, if you're going to
3
Sacramento. No, well, if they're going to Sacramento, Sacramento's not too bad.
2
It's only
hours.
2 hours,
Yeah.
right? So we intend to have a couple of shows at Nyman's. Lunsford Customs is going to start hosting events. So I'm trying to convince Lucky to work on Stockton Beatdown
Stockton beat down.
again, West Coast finale. So we're working towards that. Just so you guys know. While we're talking about shows, let me pull up our list real quick. And that is this one right here. Nope, that's not the one I want. And this one here. Nope. Let me try again. One more time. That one's what I want. And that's the one I want. There we go. Okay, so I'm looking at this thing here, and we got Fresno on the 4th. Then on the 5th, looks like there's one in Sanborn, Iowa, Russia, Idaho, Twin Falls, Idaho on the 5th. Then you got the 12th. The only show going on the 12th is in Indianapolis, which is obviously Slamology. So I'll be flying out to Slamology on the 11th and be there to help judge that event on the 12th and 13th. On the 13th, there's a 2X in Australia. We may, on the 14th, I may bring the Australian judge on to just kind of discuss his show. And then also in June, let's see, in Madrid, Spain, there's a 3X on the 19th. The 19th, 20th is when we are most likely going to do another show in Sacramento. I just haven't nailed that down yet. Then the 26th, we'll be back in Sparks, Nevada at Baldini's Casino. There's Bay City, Michigan, and once again in Sevilla, Spain. There's another 3X. So there's going to be 2 3Xs this month in Spain. There's going to be 1 3X in the United States. One of the things we're looking at as a potential also is in the July event, July 24th and 25th is the Basehead Barbecue or Sky High Barbecue. And that is during the day. He's drawn his permits. We've drawn our permits. I've thrown it out there, and I've offered to John Robbie to have a 3X at his shop. But we may just leave it at Baldini's and do a 3X on the 24th up there in Reno. For you guys that don't know, when we do a 3X event, the trophies are 4 foot tall for first. Lucky, can you? Oh, you got your green screen. You can't see a trophy. I'm gonna pull you in here, and Lucky's gonna show us one of his. Let me pull him back on bigger screen here, and So a first place trophy. there's that's actually
That's
a
a
world
5 foot, huh?
finals. Yeah, that's
Oh, this is
world
a 5
finals.
foot. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's a world finals trophy for fifth or that must be, I think it's third place or second place one. But right there. So that's a 4-foot trophy that we give out. Right there's a 4-foot trophy. That'll be first place. Second place will be 3 foot. And third place is like 29 inches. And that's what we'll be giving out for a 3X event. The cost goes up a little bit because, everything costs a little more. Just so you guys know, Wayne and Celise are planning to come out to the West Coast at some time. He did that on purpose, is what Kai says. You grabbed the wrong one.
Sorry.
So just so you guys know, Wayne and Celise Harris, they do intend to come out to the West Coast for an event. I don't know which event we're going to do. It could be the Stockton Beatdown. It could be a 3X in Sparks, Nevada. Just saying, those are the things that we got going as far as car shows potentially coming up and the ones that are on the books. Lucky, what do you have in the way of Basehead Diaries coming up?
Scott Owens this Friday at 4 Pacific time. And you guys want to watch that for sure. That's going to be a real crazy one. I watched a video of it. I won't give any spoilers on it, but I watched a video and damn. So, yeah, Scott Owens this Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific time. So stay tuned like an amplifier.
And where are they going to catch that at?
On the Basehead Diaries on my personal page, Lucky McGovern. Make sure you chime in, check it out. I have the post up on my page right now. So yeah, you guys, it'll be an awesome show.
Yep. And then following that, do you how far out are we booked on Basehead Diaries right now?
Hold on one second. Let me check this out. I'm not trying to get too booked out right now. After my whole COVID thing, I'm like in and out of it. So I'm not trying to get too far out, but I do know after Scott Owens is going to be Craig Butler, and that's going to be another crazy one right there. So the following Friday, Craig Butler. I don't have a time set yet on that one, I don't believe, but that's who will be on there the following Friday. So those are going to be 2 really good shows. You guys don't want to miss that for sure.
Yep. And next Monday, which is, let me go back here. Monday, which will be one more month. Nope, that's it. So Monday the 7th, it will be my next show, obviously, and we are going to have the judge for the Slamology is going to come on here. Let me grab her name real quick.
While you're doing that, actually, yeah. I will say this because I think people will get a better damn, I need to watch that live feed.
Okay.
So if you guys want to check this out on who's going to be on here this coming up Friday, go to Scott Owens and put in Pioneer Truck.
Just Google search.
Just Google or go to YouTube. Just type in Scott Owens Pioneer Truck. And that's who's going to be on this Friday. And just watching that video, and you'll be like, okay. And I'm sure there's other links to other videos of his. Yep. So, yeah, instead of not telling you guys about it, I think it'd be better if you watched it, because then you're going to be more like, shit, all right, I think I do want to watch that video.
Yeah,
that live feed.
And if you guys have questions for the people coming up, get them ready. Hit us in the chat with the questions. We'll definitely hit you up. And we're here to get these people out to you as our viewers and listeners. And just so you know, so Anita Salas, she's from Southern Texas. She's going to be running the Slamology event, so we're going to have her on. She's also the USAC judge. Like I said, so these are all the things we got coming up. So please come back with us, visit us again, share this with as many people as you like. I know I would have loved to have Jay on here. Oh, one thing real quick, Jay's death match. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost positive. So this is what Jay told me, is the death match coming up on this Friday. The winner, we gave first and second place. So we gave $1 for every DB they hit for first and second at the last event. This event, we're going to hit $2 for each DB the person gets. The winner of the 4-person death match. The following event will do $3, and his final event of the year, which will be May, June, July, August. Let me get here to August. His event will be August 6th. On that event there, he is going to pay $4 a DB. So if you hit a 150 and win the death match, that's $600 to the winner of that event. So Jay always brings it. He usually has pizza. He has drinks out there at zero cost for everybody. It's just a good time.
Yeah, him and you guys both kick it off. You guys have the same energy.
Yep.
He gets everybody laughing. He goes crazy out there. Just a little side note here. Alan Dante commented and said that let me get back to it real quick.
I missed that one.
Not in this live feed, but on the post of Scott Owens coming on, he said,
okay.
"This will be a great one, guys. That's a good one." So we had Alan Dante on here from Brazil on the Basehead Diaries on one of my live feeds. You guys should check him out too, man. Awesome guy.
Yep.
So yeah, if you guys ever want to check out the Basehead Diaries, if you're new to This Week in Cardio or haven't seen any of the Basehead Diaries, go to the group section, type in Basehead Diaries, and you can hit the bell notification on that as well. Get in there. You can see all kinds of interviews. The first one was with Brian Nyman, Rusty Flowers. I mean, the list goes on and on. Top competitors.
I mean, you've had 29 of them, right? So
yeah,
this will be the 30th.
Yeah, right. So yeah, and then if you want to see footage from Surf City, that thing's like 5,000 views or maybe almost 6,000 views from when we did the Surf City last year. We did a demo thing where me and Mike Del Monte walked around and he got demos from everybody, and whoever won was going to get the Demo Junkie t-shirt. And I mean, that thing just went berserk. Everybody was watching it. So if you want to see what Surf City looks like, go on the Basehead Diary section and just find the one where I'm walking around. It says Surf City. Yeah, good stuff.
And one thing we are trying to work towards is we may be able to take all of those Basehead Diaries, which I got to talk to you about that again, Lucky. But we could possibly get all of those and put them on iHeart, iTunes for audio downloads only. So those are things we're working towards. Like I said, please like, share, and do all that stuff. It's important for us to get out there and get known by other people. With all of that, it helps us grow. It helps the shows grow. It helps the car audio as a whole grow, and that's what we're looking for.
We do need to have a time during This Week in Cardio. We should set like maybe 10 minutes aside of each one for questions. I know we kind of like, some of them will hit, and you'll catch them or whatever and jump in, but maybe dedicate like 10 minutes for anybody that, what questions you got and answer those. That'd be.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's try that for next show. So you people tuning in, checking it out, have questions, and remember, we do this with brand new guys. So we want them to feel welcome and encapsulated within our community, and that's part of what we do here. So
yeah, I mean, ultimately it's interviewing people, old and new, and then answering questions for people. Doug does most of the answering. I'm just the guy with the tattoos or something. but yeah, it's answer questions and all that. Give people spots to go to learn some stuff. I learn stuff every time I watch a show. Even doing the show, I learned something. So, but yeah.
All right, guys. Well, once again, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week.